Good morning. It's Mr. Dudes. I gotta find my wedding band. Put lotion on my hand this morning. Gotta find my wedding band. Can't leave out the house without that. Hey, good morning. It's Mr. Dudes. I'm coming to you this morning with a positive and encouraging message, right? So look, check this out. I personally believe that you have to encourage yourself. So that's today's motivation. Encourage yourself. I've shared with you in previous messages about dictating your mindset. Every morning, practically every morning, when I wake up, I engage myself in daily affirmations, positive conversation about myself, to myself, uplifting my spirit, right? First and foremost, giving thanks for just the ability to be protected throughout the night while we slept or while I slept in my most vulnerable state. Being able to wake up in the morning, God allowed me to wake up with a decent mindset, mobility, get out the bed, right? Slept throughout the night in a heated home. A lot of things just to be thankful for. And then I just encourage myself. I'm mindful of all the things that I should be thankful for, that we should be thankful for. I didn't get an awful call throughout the night or over the night about something that transpired, which we know we've all received those type of phone calls in the past. I didn't get that last night, and I'm thankful for that today. And as I state, every morning I talk to myself. Those of you who don't know, I'm the only child, right? So I spent a lot of time alone as a child growing up. So I spent a lot of time just talking to myself, practicing from everything. I was interviewing myself before I walked outside. I was practicing how I wanted to present myself before I walked outside. I was practicing how I wanted to conduct myself before I walked outside. I was doing all these things to myself. I even went as far as how to walk, how I want to present myself when I'm, how I wear my hat. So it looks like I'm wearing the hat and the hat's not wearing me. I've done all those things in advance before, right? And I'm encouraging you that you can do those things too. And what I will say from my own personal experience, oftentimes people misconstrue that, right? They'll say, oh, he think he's this, or he think he's that. And some of you, I'm pretty sure, have heard the same thing, right? And my response to that is, you're absolutely correct. I do think that of myself because I have to. And I'm encouraging you to think the same thing of yourself, right? None of us own the trademark on thinking highly of ourselves. I'm not talking about being arrogant. I'm just talking about building yourself up, believing in yourself, encouraging yourself, right? Because the world that we live in will break you down if you allow it to. Right? So I put on the armor of God first and foremost, and I utilize what he's blessed me with to encourage myself. So look, before I leave, I remember years ago when I was working at a fleet leasing company back in the early 90s. And a woman gave me a little small book, right? It was like a pocket-sized book. And the title of the book was As a Man Thinketh. And I carried it with me for a long time. And eventually, I misplaced it. I misplaced the actual book, but I never misplaced the idea. The seed had already been planted. I believe in as a man thinketh, as a woman thinketh, right? You can think whatever you want to think of yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. All I'm trying to do is encourage you and anybody I interact with, come across, paths cross one another, to think positive of yourself. Think highly of yourself, right? Think highly of yourself. And as you do that for yourself, hopefully you'll be encouraging to others to do it for themselves. Doesn't mean everything is perfect in your life. By far, we know that's not the case, right? I'm just mindful of the things that are good in my life. And what I don't have today will not determine or dictate what I won't have tomorrow. And I believe that. So today's message, encourage yourself. Sell yourself on yourself. You know what I mean? Interview yourself. Be prepared. before you walk out your door and have to encounter this cold world that we live in. And there's nothing wrong with doing that for yourself. So those are my words. Thank you again for taking the opportunity to spend some time with me. I hope I said something that is beneficial to you. Be blessed. Always be a blessing to others. And as you know, my name is Mr. Dews. The world is my classroom, and in it, I'm both student and teacher. Thank you. Oh, by the way, today is still Spirit Week. I got on a basketball shirt because that's what today is, Spirit Week on the job. Basketball versus cheerleader. Couldn't do the cheerleading, so I'm gonna go tell them I'm Muggs. I'm Muggs today. Muggsy Bogues. And I'm gonna give them a history lesson. I'm from Baltimore, about 5 something, 5 some change. I'm Muggs today. Peace, y'all.